Seeing everything that my grandparents did and continue to do, seeing how much they've done for the community, has made me realize how much I want to do for the community and the type of role model that I want to be when I'm older.
When we married, it was important for us to find a way to remain a Jewish family. And then we moved to Minneapolis, and then we moved to Dallas, and that was the big change in our lives. When Howard and I drove into Dallas, the first thing that we saw on Highway 35 was a giant billboard that says, "The John Birch Society welcomes you to Dallas, Texas." My antenna went up. I think I have to be really cautious with my daughter. I don't want her in a public school where this is the most important thing that you see when you drive into the city. I went to an elementary school. I was the only Jew in the school. The Hebrew school bus used to pick me up on Tuesday and Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock. I got out 15 minutes before anybody else. And sometimes if the bus was late and the kids were getting out of school as the bus came to pick me up, they'd pick up rocks and throw it at the school bus as I drove away. And
so this is what she was exposed to.
And I wanted my kids to be so confident and to know who they were and be proud of who they were. Akiba Academy was the only Jewish school at the time.
It had just started a few years prior
It was,
to that.
yeah, it was 3 years old when we moved here. So I enrolled Janie there in senior nursery, and that was the beginning of our love affair with Akiba.
They called upon me to become first treasurer, and then I moved up, and that's how we got started with the day schools and Jewish education. And when the opportunity to advance education beyond the 8th grade to the high school level, where actually we felt it was certainly at least as important as the other grades, we participated in that too.
About 8 years ago, our family decided to get involved in reimagining what Jewish education could look like in Dallas, beyond the schools that we cared about so deeply. For the Center for Jewish Education, the bottom line is to be a place for everyone who cares about the perpetuity of Jewish growth and the ongoing contribution of Jews to the world through that lens of Jewish education. And that's the role that we really wanted to play with the Center of Jewish Education, and that's what it's doing.
My parents' philanthropic work, it's something of an evolution. It started locally, and as the community grew, their desire grew to reach out further. So the first natural extension is to Israel, and then on to JDC, where my father served as the chair of South America and was helping Jews in Argentina. It's the relationships that you make in the world, the meaningful ones. When you're doing something that's helping other people, it forges a unique bond that is special. And that is really an inspiration for those around.
And now we have two major projects. One is the Schultz Teaching Fellows, and these are only for religious schools. And we have the Schultz Leadership Fellows. We hope to step in front of the process and leave the community with well-educated teachers about Israel and well-educated leaders about Israel and about Dallas.
At Yavna, in some of my Judaic classes, a lot of the time what we learn about is the dangers of having wealth and what it can do to you. And I think my grandparents really are an exception. I can see so much joy in their faces when they do give money. I hope that when we are in charge of the philanthropic part of the family, that we will have that same joy and love for helping other people as they do.
Usually it's the grandparents who say that they're proud of what their grandchildren have done. In this case, with our grandparents, I think it's time that the grandchildren say that we're proud of what our grandparents have done.